Just a little bit. I think Jamie Pollock was getting annoyed. Craig Hignett is going to be coming on, I think, in a few moments' time. And Jaime Moreno, Dave Robertson, you've been guessing that Moreno could be the man to make way, and Moreno looks again at the bench. Century Sport, 100.7 FM. 30 minutes left at Loftus Road. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Middlesbrough 1. First half goals for the Borough for Chris Morris, for QPR from their centre-half, Alan MacDonald. Borough's free kick is short to captain Nigel Pearce along the right flank to Neil Cox. Cox in turn to Moreno. Moreno to Phil Stamp. Good work this from Borough. Jamie Pollock far side. Chris Morris is in oceans of space. And Morris receives the ball. Now he's closed down by Carl Reddy. Morris puts the ball on his right foot to Jamie Pollock, who's getting booed unjustly. And surely body check there. Barely. Was it get him off? It was. Sit down. Big Mal's having a rare old go. This fan, the fish seller from the Portobello Road, who's making all the noise.
Apparently it's Haddock that's on the sales list today.
Well, I don't know about Haddock, but there's a two-fingered gesture coming our direction now as Philip Stamp towards Cox. Cox just cuts in field beyond Andy Impey, but Impey stretched out the leg. Body strength from Cox. Will he win it again? But Trevor Sinclair, middle inside the QPR half of the field. And support is Carl Reddy. Reddy close down by Stevie Vickers, who stood up in support. The ball touched off Stevie Vickers.
That was a good challenge.
Good challenge. Threw it up.
He was on the forward line there and just saw the opportunity to close down the player. He did, and as he tried to kick it away, deflected off him into touch, and just holds the play up a little bit for Borough to regroup. Long ball down the right-hand side. Craig Little's underneath it, and Craig Little has given away the corner. He had to defend, and then shock news coming in from Anfield. It's Liverpool 0, Southampton 1. Liverpool in 8th place, Southampton in 14th. But for the moment, the Borough have to defend. We don't want any such shocks here with Rangers taking a lead. It's 1-1 on Century, but a corner from the far side, and Hadley's there, but so is Steve Vickers. Jaime Moreno trying to pick up the loose ball on the edge of the penalty area. All he can manage to do is flick it out far side, and this is going to be played. Trevor Sinclair with a chance to cross. Little is in there, and Little knocks it behind for yet another Rangers corner.
Yep, the pressure mounting here. Neil Shipley, the goal scorer for the Saints at Anfield. And what are we going to have here? Will it be a change in the scoreline as Manchester United may close the gap on Newcastle? Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 at Old Trafford. We're at Loftus Road. Corner is taken right-footed. Up goes Alan MacDonald. Ball bounces down midway inside the Borough half the field. Middlesbrough trying to clear, but it's spun out the far side. Equaliser for Chelsea. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Holloway drives on, drills it in. The ball is cleared out towards far side, thrown for QPR. Midway inside their own half the field. So scores changing then the Premiership. What hasn't changed on Century on 100.7 FM is the scoreline Loftus Road. It remains Queen's Park Rangers 1, Middlesbrough 1. Is that a foul by Neil Cox? Yes, it is. It's a free kick for QPR. Now this is a dangerous position now.
Yep.
Is that it?
They've got to take up positions as they take from a corner. Same defensive position now. Look, they're leaving the goal. They're leaving the goal.
So they're not taking up the positions Mal is suggesting. The ball's going to be whipped in right side, and this does look dangerous. And fortunately, Moreno was back deep, and he headed the ball clear. Juninho with a chase on with Andy Impey. Juninho gets the last touch, and he runs over the line, and that's going to be a throw into Queen's Park Rangers. But the Borough are having to do an awful lot of defending at the moment.
And Neil Cox is annoyed there with Jaime Moreno that he didn't just tuck him behind and stop that ball going out of play. Man City in the lead at Ellen Road. Leeds 0. Manchester City 1. Sinclair tackle edge of the area, fairly and hardly by Neil Cox, and the ball just spins out of play. Goal kick for Middlesbrough, to the frustration of the Queen's Park Rangers fans, but Cox was in quick.
Yeah, he's very, very good. He's a good tackler, he's strong, and he's full of himself, you know. He's really enjoying his game. And
Nigel Pearson is just having a little bit of a word there with the rest of his defensive colleagues. He's asking the midfield to become a bit more motivated. Is Alan Shearer hat-trick for Blackburn? Blackburn 4, West Ham 0.
Go on, Juninho.
Release ball out wide of the left flank. Juninho sets off. Can Juninho keep it in? Yes, he has, according to the lines. When the fans rise out their seats, Juninho grip ball and Nicky Barnby back to Moreno. Can't get there. Brilliant. It's a corner to the Borough. But magic from Juninho. Magic from Barnby. Unlucky Moreno. And the act of worship again from the Borough supporters.
Not just the Borough supporters. Far side, some of the Rangers fans are doing.
Let's go around there, what's it? And the corner will be taken by Juninho. Whips it in. Up goes Pearson. Hits the crossbar. Pearson. Steve Vickers goes down. No penalty. But a wonderful corner, Juninho. And a thunderous header, Pearson. And the ball hits the bar. Now QPR hit on the break. And stride for stride. Stamp is there with Andy Impey. Throw midway inside The Borough half the field taken quickly. Sinclair back to Impey again. Where's 7 operates on the left. Tries to put on his right foot. Right-footed cross comes in. My ball, says Gary Walsh. Walsh gets it. What a traumatic few moments. They'll bring Big Mal in a second or two. But Juninho is now tackled. Surely be a throw-in. Far side. The ball hasn't got out as yet. It has now as Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 1 at Villa Park. I thought Mal Big Nige had done it.
Yes, it was a great header. Brilliant. And it was almost identical to their header, wasn't it? The one that came down off underneath the crossbar. But Nigel's having a great game
didn't
today.
Cross the line, according to the referee. That's the difference. Juninho receives the ball from the throw-in. Chris Morris far side, looking to try and work the ball down the line on the left-hand side. Jaime Moreno's involved. Queen's Park Rangers get the run on the ball. Then it comes to a Middlesbrough player, and that player is Jamie Pollock. A few boos because Holloway got booked for the challenge on Pollock. Now it's the high ball looking for Nicky Barmby. But Barmby just can't get there, and Rangers are going to be able to clear this near side. Chalice plays the ball back. Andy Impey's the last man back there and slices his clearance straight to Chris Morris. Morris, another bad ball from him. It's not the first, it's actually the third. And a free kick given against Little just inside the Borough half, which he's not happy about.
Given by the crowd, awarded by the referee.
And Rangers with a chance, as Brownlee has another attack at the officials to mount a break on the far side, right-hand side.
Go close, Jamie.
Edge of the penalty area stuff. Sinclair's brought into action. Sinclair's looking for the kill. He's going past 3 players. That's a strong challenge, Stevie Vickers, as he cut inside the third player. Vickers stood firm, but Rangers still in possession far side.
Rangers keep on the pressure. Carl Rennie, high ball. Big Mal asks Little to leave it, but Little says, hey, hold on a minute. I'll hold the back line. And right-footed up towards Jaime Moreno. Moreno beaten comprehensively in the air. Stevie Vickers and Pearson being magnificent, but they're tested again now. Gallen, the edge of the area. Gallen, right foot, good shot, great save, Gary Walsh. Oh, that was good save.
Bottom right-hand corner, great save.
Excellence from the goalkeeper. Thunderous applause from all sections of Loftus Road. We reached the midpoint of the second half. Century Sport, 100.7 FM. An injury.
Oh, he's got cramp.
I think it could be cramp as Liverpool get an equaliser at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. Stan Collymore. Bad times for Stan. Good goal, I would imagine. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Borough 1, Century Sport 100.7 FM. Cramp there in the feet of Trevor Chalice. Corner is taken. Volley comes in, and Jamie Pollock allows it to go past him. He thought it was going to be a goal kick, but it's another corner for QPR. Their 8th of the game. And the home supporters out of their seats as they sense an opportunity for the home team to go in the lead. Corner is taken, right-footed, Big Nige, Pearson can't get there. Gary Walsh under a challenge collected. Wonderful work, Walsh again. Walsh and Pearson are edging ahead in nominations for man of the match as Juninho. Oh, that's just pulled to the floor, really reverent.
Got his name in a book.
You know, players just pulling Juninho down, and he gets up and gets on with it, but referees have got to get on with things as well.
Go on, Coxie.
Juninho now. Juninho accelerates. Will this be the moment? He brings in Cox. Cox right-footed cross. Corner for Middlesbrough. Their third. Will it be Borough's second goal of the day?
We hope so. Juninho comes across, and the worship gestures. And Juninho, as all the fans are bending down and worshipping him as he goes across to take this. It's going to be right-footed. It's going to curl away from Jurgen Sommer, who'll probably stay in his line. It is a good corner, but it's headed away and met well by the Rangers defence. And Phil Stamp tries to release Juninho very wide on the right-hand side, going one way, looking to go inside. That's where he's gone. He's played the ball in to the inside. Nicky Barmby's tricking one way then the other. Phil Stamp's cross, not a particularly good one. Haley's there back helping, but the ball worked well off the referee's body. Nicky Barmby far side, looking to try and keep the ball in play. He does well, Nicky Barmby. There's only Phil Stamp an option. It's now chipped in towards the 6-yard box. The keeper Jurgen Sommer comes out, but was beaten by his own defenders, and now it's just dropped back in the middle again. Cox, a chance from distance from Cox. He takes the shot, almost takes a deflection, and Sommer can watch it go wide. But the Borough, the 2 substitutes, are warming up.
Oh, he's there again, the Fishman. Yeah, Fishman's there again. He's standing up and trying to give everybody the benefit.
Behind him.
Portobello Road, mate. That's where I've got my stall. He's saying I've got fish at 10p a pound.
I think were he to turn round, we could look through his right ear, right through his head, through his left ear, and see what's going on the far side of play. The man is grossly incompetent. Far side of play, Middlesbrough through Chris Morris looking to get possession. Morris getting a bang on the knee there, but it's a throw-in for QPR midway inside the Borough half the field. It's 1-1, Century Sport 100.7 FM. This game building up to a tremendous finish. High ball comes in. Haley challenges. Pearson is there as ever. Drops outside the penalty area. QPR surge on through Simon Barker. Left-footed cross deflection. Pearson Who else heads it away? And an instant touch on, we thought, by Juninho. Oh, he pushes the QPR player out the way. Well done, Juninho.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Look at the ball.
Everybody's up out the seats. I say, well done, Juninho.
Sit down.
He's been battered all afternoon. I think he thought it was time to get a little bit of his own back there on players who are bigger than him, who should know better. Cross comes in. Little heads it away. Juninho can't get round the player.
Now there's a chance.
It's second time. Midway inside the Borough half the field. Out it goes to Moreno. This could be a break on here. Moreno left side. Jamie Pollock is steaming ahead. Moreno to Pollock.
What's the goal?
Pollock inside the area. Can't turn his marker.
Go on,
Pollock
son.
retains possession. Cox wants it. Cox edge of the area. Lines up the shot. D hits the drive wide, and he's annoyed. He's disappointed. That should have been better.
Yeah, he should have struck it first time. 26 minutes on the watch in the second half. It's Century Sport with the Daily Star, #1 for sport. And the scoreboard away to our right-hand side tells the tale, doesn't it? 71 minutes, QPR 1, the Borough 1. And I'm sure the Borough fancy winning this one. I'm sure they do, because it's there. But Rangers are a handful, particularly Mark Hateley. And this man, Sinclair, is running again at the Borough defence. Far side, right-hand side, the ball left on the inside. Gallen's first-time shot straight into the arms of Gary Walsh. Good positioning, good strike. But that's all.
Hey Dave, Nigel Pearson's having another word with the linesman on that far side. A flag remaining down. Can't see what the Borough skipper had too much to object about really there, because the shot came from distance through a crowd of players. But Gary Walsh, left-footed, straight down the field. Will he look for Moreno? Moreno doesn't get there as Bolton take the lead against Nottingham Forest. Bolton, the bottom club. Forest 7, Bolton 1, Nottingham Forest 0 at Burnden Park. Near side of play. This is Loftus Road. This is Century, 100.7 FM. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Middlesbrough 1. There are 19 thrilling minutes left in this game as it's tucked in field. Middlesbrough trying to win its centre circle area, but QPR through their centre half, Alan MacDonald, feeds out wide to Carl Reddy, sent off last week at Upton Park, looking to play the full 90 minutes this week. Hateley heads it down the edge of the area. Jamie Pollock though for Middlesbrough to Chris Morris. Morris, that was a poor ball, and Carl Reddy picks it up centre circle, left-footed towards Hateley. Cox tries to push him. Impey gets a yard. Cox looks back in disbelief. Walsh makes the save. And Andy Impey just thought he'd stolen it finally through there to put QPR into the lead at 2-1. He hadn't. But Neil Cox is a bit annoyed. Was it his positional play, Marley, he was upset about?
I don't know. I just saw that he lost his temper. I think that somebody pulled him, when he was going for that ball.
Tugged a little bit. Jaime Moreno tries to nip ahead there of Steve Yates. But QPR clear. Andy Impey now, just inside the centre circle, far side as ever. In support is Trevor Sinclair. Sinclair v Morris. Over in support as well as Phil Stamp. Sinclair heads towards the corner flag. He's got in support Ian Holloway, but Sinclair keeps the ball close to his body, tries to work around Morris. Gets the cross in now. Hateley can't get the finish. The ball just goes wide. And that will be a goal kick for Middlesbrough. Trevor Sinclair is doing good stuff.
His body movement's excellent. He doesn't hardly touch the ball. He keeps moving over the ball and over the ball. He's quite difficult for the defender.
Aston Villa.
He gets the crosses in. He gets excellent crosses.
Just to sum up, Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 1. So it's 1-1 Villa Arsenal, 4-0 for Blackburn against West Ham, 1-0 Bolton against Nottingham Forest, 0-1 Leeds Manchester City. Manchester City ahead at Ellen Road, 1-1 in Anfield, Liverpool Southampton, 1-1 at Old Trafford, Manchester United Chelsea, 0-0 at White Hart Lane, Spurs Everton.
100-102. Calls to Century are free. Century Sport with Dave Roberts and Alistair Brownlee.
Could have been
joint third.
We could have been. Let's have a look at that league table, Dave.
Yeah, Newcastle on top, Boo. They're 38 points. Manchester United 4 behind. Arsenal in third place on 29 points. Then comes Villa 28, Spurs and the Borough on 27. Forest behind the Borough on 26. And in 8th place, Liverpool with 25 points.
As you rightly mentioned, though, the informed team to come to the Selnet Riverside Stadium next Saturday, Manchester City. We were talking and joking about Manchester City earlier on in this campaign, but Leeds 0, Manchester City 1 at Ellen Road. So Manchester City will improve and move on to 15 points. That's not bad at all. Alan Ball, is he getting it right now?
Well, 4 wins and a draw in the last 5 games is championship form, more than championship.
Manager of the month.
Manager of the month, yes.
Well, let's have a Borough fact file with Teesside Development Corporation putting Teesside in a league of its own. Borough's man of the match here, who's that?
Nigel Pearson.
Nigel Pearson, the man of the match, plays 50th league game for the Borough today, and a bottle of champagne to celebrate. Well done, Nige.
It's not too bad, is it? Okay, 0500 100 102 is the number you have to call for your calls through to the programme. You got from now till 6, but as people keep finding out late on, they never get on, they don't call in time. But somebody who has is Raymond. Hi, Raymond.
Hiya.
Your point, mate.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on the team that you got. I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
What it is I've been watching Sky partly for the scores as well, and it went all down through the Premiership, and Tottenham, Manchester United, they were raving all about them, and they just bypassed Middlesbrough and QPR.
But aren't we used to that by now?
Yep, it seems no matter what we do, no matter who we beat in this division, they always seem to, as if they ignore us.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Raymond? You're upset, you've rang us, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'll write to Sky.
Yeah, come on, let's have people in this area saying we've had enough. If you want to ignore us rather, and we talk about Sky and all this bit about every Premiership team's going to have its own channel in every game, if they're not doing a particularly good deal, if it's the BBC not doing a good deal, if it's Sky not doing a good deal, not following Middlesbrough, if it's other companies, let's have a bit of pride in our team and write off to these people and get on their cases and say, look, there's a team here, 6th in the Premiership, who deserve respect.
But look what happened with Hurdy over his features is at the Evening Standard when he had to go about Teesside when Janino signed, you know. We're the people where Planet of the Apes was filmed. The fishermen only catch colds and dysentery off the northeast coastline and all that sort of stuff. He had to print an apology because there were that many people bombarding them with, what was over 1,000 phone calls. The letters were numbering something up towards 100, and he did print an apology. So, you know, time to put pen to paper and do something about it.
So you're going to write then, Raymond?
Yes, I am, actually, because I think with the Riverside now and everything else that's happening around, like, the Middlesbrough area, I mean, Teesside is booming. And now is our chance to, you know, say to everybody else in Britain that we're forced to be reckoned with.
Man, I suppose there is one good thing, Dave, we can say for Sky. We can all go out and have our New Year's Eve parties now, not worry about a hangover and getting out of bed too early, because New Year's Day, it's a 6 o'clock kick-off against Aston Villa.
Marvellous. Well, we like that. Thanks for your call, Ray. 0500 100 102. Do you think we get a bit of a raw deal still, even though we've got Robson as manager, the new stadium, Janino, Barnby on the playing side? 0500 100 102. Tom, hiya.
Hello there. 2 questions for you. First of all, who decides who takes penalties? You know, for the team. I've got no criticism over Barnby taking a penalty, but I just thought that would have been nice if Janino, being the man he is, getting his name on the sheet. The crowd would have loved it.
I think 3,000 Borough fans who are here today would have, would agree with you because they were all shouting Janino, Janino when the penalty was awarded.
I've got no criticism over Barnby. I just wondered who would pick it. Would it be the manager or would the players?
The answer to the question is, had Craig Hignett been on the pitch, he would have taken the penalty. Craig Hignett is the penalty taker. Bearing in mind the home game against Queen's Park Rangers at the Riverside when Jan Fjortoft attempted to whack the ball against the crossbar. So the simple answer is, Hignett is the penalty taker. Were he to be on the field, he would take it. After that, the player who's feeling confident, who wants to grab the ball, will take it. Nicky Barnby immediately grabbed hold of the ball, put it on the spot. Janino was hanging around. I think he fancied to go himself. But Nicky Barnby felt confident. It's a tough job to take a penalty. I don't think anybody wanted to take it away from Nicky Barnby.
I think you should go to the player who feels confident, who wants to have a go. But as we've seen, Nicky Barnby this time, Jan Fjortoft last time. They felt confident, they wanted it. But Robbo. Robbo is probably the answer to your question. Right. He sees them in training and says, right, you're taking them.
All right. The other quick question was, I know there's no poor teams really in this Premier Division, but do you think that they should be taking sort of wins from teams like this if they want to push for Europe?
I know the other boys disagree with me, but I say yes.
Well, we've taken 4 points out of 6 and offer against Queen's Park Rangers.
Count backwards from that. Count backwards from the Liverpool game.
I have problems count forwards.
Actually, today they were a good side. They worked very, very hard. They got some good front players. It's the first time Haley's played for them.
Yeah.
And the 2 wide players were very, very effective. And their goalkeeper played well.
I think we talked about the last caller, Raymond, saying teams deserve respect and Sky should give Middlesbrough respect. We're going to give Queen's Park Rangers respect. We've come to their patch today for a decent football, and Trevor Sinclair, they've got one of the best young stars in the English game at the moment. I think they worked hard for the point, and it's a good point to take home.
Haley was certainly a handful, and he caused problems, and with him and Sinclair, and the likes of Impey, who can nip past people very quickly and cause a few problems. You've always got to be wary of these teams, but I still think the Borough should have come here very confident, and they should have been looking to...
I think they probably did. They came here confident. It was just that the game itself, I think they were swept up in the tide of it early on. Barker blazed his penalty over the top of the crossbar. QPR equalised very quickly after Middlesbrough got in the lead. It's a good point, for goodness sake.
We move on to Dennis. Hi, Dennis.
Hello.
What have you got to say?
I wonder what's going wrong as far as goals are concerned. I mean, we've got the best defence in the league. We've got Janino, we've got Barnby. Hignett's not doing too bad, and yet we can't score goals. 5 games, 3 goals, and like 1 goal in I think 3 goals in 5 games. Blackburn scored 4 in 1. You know, I mean,
would you rather be in Blackburn's position or Middlesbrough's?
As far as front men are concerned, Blackburn are there, the flying of the league at the moment.
So you'd rather be in Blackburn's? You'd rather be a Blackburn supporter watching them than watching the Borough?
I'd rather their front men.
And I take your point on board. Dennis, about you're going to have to score more than one goal a game.
That's right.
To win most matches. I mean, when did Borough last batter somebody?
1980s.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we're now in the Premiership, so it's going to be a lot tougher. You're playing against the likes of your Liverpools, your Arsenals. Dare we say it, those Geordies up 45 miles further north. So it is going to be a lot more difficult. But to say that, if we're going to look to push, we've got to look to score.
We're six in the Premiership. We've got in Juninho, one of the greatest stars in the world game. He's just beginning to link in with the players alongside him. He was played against Moreno today for the first opportunity they've had to kick off the game together. Jan Fjordif on the bench. The players are learning, the players developing. In the Premiership, you're not going to batter teams 4, 5 or 6-0. So you can get that notion out of your head straight away.
Unless you're Blackburn.
Doing magnificently.
Unless you're Blackburn.
Well, they won 4-2, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the first time this season, was it? Yeah.
Well, if you're only going to support Blackburn, you go watching.
I don't want to spot Blackburn. I'm going through and through, but I'd like to see a few more goals.
Okay, take that. We take that. Cheers, Dennis. Thanks for your call. 500 100 102. Calls to Century are free, don't forget. It doesn't matter how long you have to wait, as long as you get through, you can hang on in there and we pay the bill. That's 0500 100 102. We'll have some more calls next.
First Barnby, then Juninho. Now you too can get the Borough call-up with a brand new Borough mobile phone. Sporting the team colours and badge, it's the perfect...
0500 100 102. Calls to Century are free. Get pressing those buttons and you won't be disappointed at the end when we say sorry we didn't get to you. Steve, hiya.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, not so bad. What's your point?
Right, I'd just like to congratulate the lads again. That's been another good result for us. That lad who was on there before about Blackburn, I know his position I would rather be in at the minute. It's definitely not Blackburn.
Should have asked him if he enjoyed the Liverpool game.
I know. Brilliant, that was. I mean, that's the best performance I think I've seen the Borough play for 3 years, that match. It's fantastic. And about scoring goals, they've got the best defence in the league. You know, you can't complain about that. I mean...
Was it Jack Charlton who said we can nick the games by the odd goal and win the league?
That's it. I mean, if you don't keep a clean sheet up for 89 minutes, then go and nick one in 90th, it's 3 points, isn't it?
It's Liverpool style, that, isn't it? But I suppose then when you bring teams like Liverpool into the equation, you're talking a lot more money, and that's why they can afford to have...
That's it.
You know, people like Fowler on the bench at times, but...
Exactly. Well, I mean, no true Borough supporter can complain about what's going on at the minute. I mean, look at 18 months ago.
It was a really good game today.
Yeah. I mean, I was, by the way, the referee, I mean, I was a bit... what you were saying about the referee there, it's just been overlooked this season, referees.
Go on, Mal. Tell him more about that referee.
Well, there was about 5 fouls he should have given, you know, tackling from behind and kicking through people's backs of their legs and pushing... It was just pushing situations about 3 or 4 times, you know.
But I think that it's Juninho all the time, isn't it? I mean, they're just going for him. I think the referees are just letting too much go.
I think I asked this question of a referee a couple of months back when I was talking to one, and it was Alan Wilkie, the guy who was refereeing the Manchester United Palace game when Cantona went loopy.
Yeah.
And I said, when you go on the pitch and you've got the likes of Cantona or even the likes... Oh, we've got a muggy in the press box. Look at this. Hey, this is wonderful. The club cats come to join us. When you've got the likes of Vinnie Jones, for example, you know, do you go onto the pitch knowing that that's Vinnie Jones and this is the guy that people will be watching and you've got to be extra careful because his tackles are the hard ones? He said no. I get the feeling that people are coming on here thinking, Juninho, Brazilian, maybe he will go for the odd dive more than others, and maybe they're wary of that. Thanks for your call, Steve. We move on to Peter. Hiya, Peter.
Hiya. No.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
It's about Wednesday night's match against Birmingham City. Now, I was coming out of the ground at the end of the match and walking past where the away fans were, and the police underneath were getting showered with plastic from the side cover. And I wouldn't know what you thought of all that. I mean, you're sat quite near there, aren't you?
No, we don't. We're actually at the back of the main stand, the west stand.
Yeah, could you see all that then? I mean,
we saw there was something going on, but we didn't know quite what.
Yeah.
Talking to club officials and people outside of the club afterwards, there was something like, you know, around the stadium you've got the plastic, the corrugated sheeting out the windows, the opaque windows. There were 6 of those smashed. And there were a certain number of seats as well ripped out at the Riverside.
Yeah,
and it was all at the Birmingham end.
Yeah, it's like disgraceful, really, isn't it? I mean, here's our brand new stadium. They're coming, as it is, guests at our stadium, and they did totally wreck it. It's disgraceful, really.
But the Borough fans of old went to Shrewsbury and destroyed a tea cabin, didn't they?
Yeah, true,
So it happens all the way around. Unfortunately, things are not happening now.
Will Birmingham City be charged for that, or just...
I think they should have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I think the repair should be done. The bill sent to Birmingham City saying it's your fans, you're responsible, get this paid.
Yeah.
Should be as simple as that. And the same would go, I think the Borough when Stuart Ripley was at Bath's ground playing Bristol Rovers and he got sent off and he kicked one of the doors, kicked a hole in the door. The Borough had to pay for that. So Birmingham City, get your hand firmly and deeply into your pocket and get paying for the repairs to the Riverside ground. Ruth! Hello, Ruth! Ruth's gone now, she didn't want to talk to you. We'll go to Mike instead.
Hi.
Hi, Mike.
I just wanted to say it was a good result really today when QPR have got players like Dickior and Haitley and...
Haitley was a handful. I mean, the thing about Haitley is he's a great forward man because defenders, midfielders, if they need to lose the ball quickly, they know where he's going to be, and he's always at the far post, and he's always causing problems. Get a half-decent ball across, and you can guarantee that suddenly Middlesbrough will be in trouble, and that's exactly what happened.
I think we suffered not having a striker like him today, didn't we?
Yeah. Do you think Haitley could fit into the ball formation, or?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's a good player, he's a good positional player. Yeah, no problem, he can fit into it.
Who else is there along those sort of lines? Ferdinand, who's left here, of course.
Ferdinand is a good, very good. Collingwood's that type of player.
You were disappointed in him, weren't you?
Well, that's the worst game I've ever seen him play. I mean, last year he was probably one of the best players in the country. He scored today, I see, but...
Who would you like us to buy then, Mike?
I don't know really. I think we've got everybody. It's just a case of
getting them fit.
Yeah, letting them gel. And
I'd like to see John Henry given his chance up front.
Yeah, he's been good in the past. I think he deserves a goal this season.
He's playing in the fourth team today at Billingham. So getting some match practice. He could have been here today and on the bench, but he said, "Oh, I'd rather have a bit of match practice and I'd rather play the games."
Yeah, play it safe.
We've got a wonderful muggy here who's causing problems left, right, and centre in the press box, and there's the old flea collar around his neck which says Queen's Park Rangers on it, so the official cat's come to see us. Maybe that'll rub off a bit of luck. No, don't throw him away, says a man in the press box. I'm going to throw him down on the pitch. Thanks, Mike, for your call. We'll move on to Susan.
Hello.
Hi, Sue.
Hi there. It's a query, really. The lady at the Middlesbrough Football Club couldn't actually answer me. I live in Bradford, and I'm not exactly a Middlesbrough fan myself, although I am a fan of football. My husband is a Middlesbrough fan.
Marvellous.
Is it?
Yes.
In any case, we do try and get to as many games as we possibly can. When Middlesbrough were in the first division, the club used to willingly post the tickets to us, although now they won't.
Well, they're having problems, aren't they, because of supply?
No, we tried to get tickets for the Liverpool game, and they had sold out, and we kind of said, well, that's fair enough, it can only be good for the club. So we tried to get tickets for the Spurs game. They had the tickets, but they wouldn't post them to us. Does it make it... Obviously, I appreciate they're in the Premier Division and, good luck to them, but at the end of the day, are they going to snub the people who paid the wages last season, or...?
It's a difficult situation, and we've had this one quite a few...